Daniel Cormier on the DC and Helwani show says that he thinks that Khabib will not fight this year due to the passing of his father, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov.
I don't think he's fighting this year, honestly. And it's gonna take a lot of strength from a very strong man for Khabib to be back in the octagon ever, I think.
You think there's a chance he never fights again?
Man, I just know what Abdulmanap meant to him.
Yeah.
And I know that this was their journey together. You know, I hope he fights. I just don't know. Like, I don't know. Like I said, you know, he's gonna have to muster up a lot of strength for an already strong person to go out there and do it. And if he does, I mean, I just don't know how long he'll be around.
Recently, Marlon Moraes sent out a message saying that he's the #1 contender in the bantamweight division. He posted this on his Twitter saying, "Congrats to the champ in his last bout, but the reality is, I knocked out Aljo and Jimmy Rivera, finished Assancuao, beat Aldo. How can anyone tell me I'm not the #1 contender? At Dana White at UFC." Aljamain Sterling responded back saying, "Because Henry Cejudo made you quit. Then Dana White said you lost to Jose Aldo because you ran too much, meaning you are currently 0-2 after your title shot. Brother, I beat 3 top 5 guys. Don't worry, you'll be my first title defense if you can beat Cody Garbrandt." Recently, Combate broke the news that a 5-round middleweight fight between Israel Adesanya vs Paulo Costa was set to headline UFC 253 on September 19th. At the UFC Fight Now 172 post-fight press conference, Dana White said that was not true.
I don't think that's true. I don't think both have signed. Have both signed that deal? Yeah, it's not done.
It's not done yet?
No, this is it. Guys, you know, they were told not to say anything. Combate breaks it immediately and tweeting, and you know, the fight is not done. So
don't ask me the date. Look, Marcelo Alonso, don't ask me the date. The boss need to say, but I just asking today in the Twitter, hey Adesanya, when you gonna sign? You know what I mean? Why you take too long to sign? Because we wanna the fight to be announced yesterday, because Borrachinha is ready. You know what I mean? Borrachinha won this fight. You know the best part of this? Borrachinha, Paulo Costa really hate Adesanya. He don't like the guy. It's unbelievable. It's a personal. It's unbelievable. Borrachinha told me, hey, I won Adesanya. Lost because I'm gonna beat him anyway. If he's the champion or he is not the champion when he fought Romero. It's fun that.
Guys, I love it because I was expecting something and you guys surprised me with something really better. The treatment, the food, the beach, the hotel, everything was amazing.
Mr. Aldo, thank you, Abu Dhabi. Thank you so much for support. Thank you. I love you.
Abu Dhabi, thanks so much. Abu Dhabi.
Thank you, Abu Dhabi. Thank you, guys.
It'll be the fridge, brother. I'm a tomato sauce in the fridge guy. Pushing barrels and shoveling concrete. I was a concreter. The old man didn't believe in a concrete pump, so we'll just wheelbarrow that shit every day. So you get fit though. Glad I'm fighting now though. Got to go with Whittaker. So obviously Aussie, got to support the Aussie for sure, but not just that. I think he's going to get it done. Till did surprise me in the last fight, but you know, I think Whittaker is going to, you know, moves too well and break that rhythm and make it hard for Till. Fight out of a freestyle fighting gym. I go to CKB and do part of my camp there, but he was in the corner, so I've had them in my corner. But I do most of my training in New South Wales, Wingdang freestyle fighting gym.
Bro, this is not yellow. This is white. Everybody who said my hair is yellow, please unfollow me. I'm mad. Ha ha ha! Now it's white, guys. Yeehaw, thank you, baby. Thank you, honey.
What's up, everybody? I'm ready to Triple C out here, man.
Platinum Perry's innocent, baby. Bend the knee.
Yes, we got along. I love her son. We had so good moments in Russia, and I hope meet him soon. I started training when I was 8 years old, so young, but my first professional Muay Thai fight when I was 15 years old, and my first professional MMA fight when I was 26 years old. Sure, my favorite fight of my career is my last fight against John, because I have overcome everything that I went through. So special for me that moment. Violence, blood, violence. I don't know. Now my focus in my next fight against Glover Teixeira, and after this fight, we will see what's gonna happen. I like to watch Canelo Alvarez fight. He is incredible. My first fight amateur when I was 17 years old.
Tyron Woodley on his Instagram live speaks on all the times Colby Covington has declined to fight him.
They offered me Colby Covington. When did they offer me Colby? He offered me Colby the first time after he beat RDA. They offered me RDA 2018 in June. I just had a surgery and I was like, oh, I can fight him in July. I just had the surgery. I need 6 months to recover from the shoulder surgery. And then I need 6 weeks to do a camp, 6 to 8 weeks to do a camp. I try to condense it for you so that I can get back to July. I had only been out for 7 months. They put up an interim title. In my mind, they put up an interim title. Why am I even talking about this? I don't even know, but y'all want to talk about it. Come here, on this side, bro. So basically, I said, cool, they put up an interim title. I had only been out for like 7 months. First time in the history of UFC. Cool. All right, so Colby win. He beat RDA. So I'm like, all right, well, to me, that means it's war. We finna fight. So now I'm geared up to fight him. And something happened where he don't fight. Then they called me and said, okay, we want you to fight Darren Till. I'm like, all right, but I thought I was fighting Colby. They said Colby playing games. I said, all right, cool. So I fought Till. Boom. Then they said, all right, you fighting Colby. I said, let's do it. Then Colby playing games again. Then they said, okay, you fighting Usman, they said. So I'm like, all right. After I fought Usman, they asked me to fight Colby again. Colby said no. Then they asked me to fight Leon. I said yeah. I told you guys no, but I told them yeah. I said yeah. So meanwhile, he was supposed to be so hurt and so something that he couldn't fight me. Now this talking about, oh, now he can his jaw wire shut. So then we go from that. I know it's a long ass story, but y'all want to talk about it. I wanted to do it one time and have it done. Then the pandemic happened. You guys know how that happened. We never went to London. They asked me would I fight Colby here. I said yeah. That was my number one pick. They couldn't make it happen. Then they started throwing RDA's name in there. Then they started throwing in Gilbert in position to do a fight. They asked me to fight, dude, and I said cool. 4 times after that. After I lost to Gilbert Burns, the next morning I got a call from my manager, and they asked me if I would fight. All right, so they asked me to fight him. I'm like, let me heal this cut up, because I got like 45 to 60 days before. And then I got a contusion on my leg from leg kicks. I said, but after I'm healed, I'm in. They kept bringing up the fight with him. And I'm like, don't bring up the fight with me and Colby unless this sign the contract. If he ain't signing the contract, I don't want to hear this shit. So then he said, okay, he signed it. And I'm like, okay, he signed it for when? August 22nd. I'm like, okay, so you just going to make a date up? No. So I'm going to take a full ass break. I was in training camp for literally 4 months. I started end of November to fight March 20th or 21st, whatever it was. I was in training camp to fight then. And you guys know the math. I ended up, instead of fighting end of March, I fought the end of May. Lingered Day training camp. So I want to completely take a break, which I did. Now I'm about to get back training. I just got cleared Friday to make contact with my cut. My scar's barely even there. But yeah.
Elite athletes focus heavily on efficiency to excel at what they do. Elite runners are good at running, swimmers at swimming, and wrestlers at wrestling, because they developed a way to maximize the use of their bodies while conserving as much energy as possible. Even past their physical prime, the best will adapt by becoming more efficient and extend the life of their professional career. Boxing star Bernard Hopkins downloaded his opponent's reaction and movements early on in the fight, then used them against his opponent. The great Wayne Gretzky was so good at collecting and applying data that his competitor were more intimidated by his vision of the game than his physical abilities. Thierry Henry developed a sprinter's speed level and put it into football. I personally learned how to control the distance and the pace of my fight, so I engage only on my terms. I was able to minimize damage and extreme exhaustion. The most successful people in all industry tend to make it look easy because the real work happens behind the scenes. When you start to refine the efficiency of your work on a regular basis, over time, you'll find yourself becoming an elite in your profession. So remember, work smarter and not harder.